Today I want to talk about peace, your peace, and how you might be giving it away. I know I do this all the time. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. Having a little bit of Henry McKenna here, Bottled and Bond 10-year, Sunday afternoon. Just finished recording some content for the channel, the other channel, the Whiskey Tube channel, with my wife Erin. Getting ready to have our big charity fundraiser tonight over there, and looking forward to that a ton. We're hoping to raise over $15,000 for mental health again this year. And, you know, some of these videos, we're going to talk about mental health, but peace is a big part of that. And we give our peace away all the time. And part of my peace is sitting down with a nice glass of whiskey and just enjoying it and savoring it. And that's what I'm doing with this. So we're going to talk about it. Cheers to you. That's so good. That's a really good single barrel of Henry McKenna right there. Super strawberry forward with that candy bar profile as a foundation. Super good. All right, let's get into it, guys. Peace is something I've been thinking about a lot lately because I've been feeling a lot of peace about some of the topics I've been talking about over the last few weeks. Work-wise, with Erin and her job, or lack thereof. I mean, she's 7 weeks in, a boatload of applications all day, every week, 0 callbacks, 0 interviews, nothing, no traction whatsoever. And we thought about it and really analyzed the situation and took a step back from a standpoint of fear and uncertainty. And we started looking at the situation as a problem to be solved. And what we figured out is that Erin could have what we've been working for and plan to be working for the next decade to a decade and a half. She can have that right now. And the reason why is because she's always wanted to work for herself. And she never felt like she could because she had to make a certain amount of income to pay the bills, like so many of us do. And with my work change on my end, being able to step into different roles and have different, without getting too in the weeds as to the way things work at my company, I was able to just pick up some more hours, some more responsibilities. And that's great. It's bridged the gap, and it's allowed her to start her own company as a copywriter and a content specialist, essentially. And it's a wonderful step for her to be able to take because we didn't think she would be able to do anything like this for 10 or 15 years. So while I am doing more and I'm working more and I'm working harder, I feel really at peace about it all because it's me taking care of my family, and it's allowing her to have the opportunity to do something she's always wanted to do. And to me, when I look in the mirror at the end of the day, I want to feel that peace that I'm doing the right things for myself and for those people who are closest to me. And I think that ultimately that is the biggest litmus test that any of us can face, is that look in the mirror test. Can you look yourself in the eye and know that the things that you're doing are the best? And you know, there's many times in my life I have failed that test. Whether it be, I mean, we'd be here all day long if I started listing all the times that I failed that test. But you know, some of the more vulnerable stuff we won't get into here necessarily, but you know, it could be something as simple as, you know, the way I spend my money and taking away from other things I need to take care of in pursuit of things that just make me feel good, or, you know, it's a laundry list. It could go on forever. It's like a CVS receipt. It just keeps going and going and going. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, I heard somebody say, don't trade what you want most for what you want now. And that really stuck with me. And I think about how many times I make the decision for what I want now that's going to make me feel good in the short term, in the interim, but it really doesn't serve the larger goal that I have. And it's easy to think about that as a quote and a quip. And I certainly am guilty of falling into that over the last few years. Something that seemed so profound to me a handful of years ago now has just become another quote, like a motivational quote. And truth be told, when I think about it in terms of my peace, that's when it really starts to resonate with me. Like, every time I make a decision that is counter to what I want the most, and instead I choose what I want now, that's giving a little bit of my peace away. And I don't know about you guys, maybe some of you thrive under stress and thrive under chaos. And I can certainly work well under those circumstances and truthfully speaking do. That's one, as a lifelong procrastinator, having my back against the wall is the most motivating thing I could possibly run into. But it doesn't serve me well, and it doesn't keep my peace. It doesn't maintain the integrity of that internal state that everything's all right and everything's gonna be all right. And I just want to encourage you to think about that a little bit more, to prioritize your internal peace. And that can look a lot different for a lot of people. For me, it's sitting down with a glass of whiskey and just relaxing, taking a break from everything. It's driving and listening to, something that's really encouraging, or listening to nothing at all and just clearing my head. For some people, it's going on a hike. For me, it's riding my bike. It could look like a lot of different things. Weightlifting is another one for me. It could be anything for you, but I just want to encourage you to keep your peace at the forefront of your mind, because you deserve it. We all deserve it. And we all, we give it away, and we do it sometimes even not knowing that we're doing it. But if you just take a second and think about the decisions you're making, it can really have a profound impact on the decisions that you do make and where those decisions lead you to. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, or whatever. All these decisions we make in life, every time we choose to give a piece of our peace away, it leads us further away from that internal equilibrium that we need to be in a good place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, for ourselves and for the people that rely on us. So I just want to share that. It's been on my mind all week long, and I've been feeling very at peace with protecting my own peace. And at the end of the day, I think as long as I'm doing that, not the best at it, but as long as I'm doing that, then I'm doing all right. So hopefully this finds you well. Appreciate you for watching this. Hope you're doing good, and I'll see you next week with whatever else is on my mind and my heart then. Cheers to you.